Volatility is a sign of high energy. Rivers, waterfalls, fires, windstorms, they're volatile. They have massive amounts of energy. Niagara Falls is a scary place. If you're going to play in the pool, 5,000 people have died in Niagara Falls playing with it over the past 100 years. But it generates 5 gigawatts of power. That's 7 million horsepower. That's 33 million people working as hard as they can. So if you're going to harness the energy as an engineer, then you want the volatility. And if you're a tourist and you're playing in the water, taking selfies, then it's scary. No one that understands Bitcoin is afraid of the volatility.
Exactly. We are used to the volatility in the Bitcoin space. And when you're dealing with that much energy, you're just going to have volatility. When you're dealing with all the energy of the entire population, potentially, or the ones that have harnessed it or noticed it, are aware of Bitcoin, it's all this energy. It's very psychological, actually. So I really liked what Michael Saylor said here. And he just has a way with words when it comes to describing what's going on in the Bitcoin space. And we did make a nice recovery since I made my last video. And like I said, we were right again. We are seeing an uptrend. We're going down a little bit today, but look at this nice uptrend on the weekly chart. So that's really good. And I thought that was hilarious. This tweet from the Bitcoin therapist that says, my family, how's work going? Me after one beer.
Volatility is a sign of high energy.
Exactly. That's how you feel just because you're diving into all this deep information about Bitcoin. And then when someone just asks you a simple question like that, it's like, what do I really say? So hopefully some of you out there can relate to this. So let's go ahead and pop over a look at the crypto fear and greed index. This one specifically for Bitcoin. We're now at 50 fear. So we were lower. So I think we were like 30s fear. So now we're heading over back towards greed. Even though we're still in fear, we're heading over to the green. So to me, that indicates, yes, we're going to keep going higher. And here we have Dr. Profit on X. I keep repeating my words again. We are in bullish sideways movement. The box proved to be extremely right. It's just a matter of time for breakout. So I agree with this. I think that we are definitely, headed for an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend. And I think we're just kind of like at the bottom right here. I don't think that we're going to see as much pullback, but I could be wrong. But based on, looking at these fear and greed, how we have been, we were in a lot more fear. Now we're going towards greed. So, keep an eye out on the price. This was interesting from HODL 15 Capital. Elon's SpaceX holds 8,285 Bitcoin worth $500 million. So they got this screenshot here. I'm not sure from where, but it shows here how much Bitcoin they're currently holding. So $500 million worth. And someone made a comment that said about, okay, so this is SpaceX specifically, but so SpaceX, someone said, owned Bitcoin before Tesla did, because there was a lot of information out there about how, Elon was actually only up with Tesla because he was holding some of the money in Bitcoin. This is a really, really crazy topic right here. So Simon Dixon, he's on X. You can go follow him over there. So I've seen him before. I think I saw him on Orange Pill podcast. He's talking now here, and he made a video about this World Liberty. It's basically a DeFi platform that the Trumps are working on. So Barron, Donald Trump Jr., and Donald Trump. And so they've been getting into the crypto space, and that's pretty much how it starts off. When you get into the Bitcoin crypto stuff, you basically start off into just like crypto. You're like, what is this? You're exploring the overall space. You're not just focused on Bitcoin, really. So I think that's what's happening here. So he did a deep dive. Is Trump's World Liberty a crypto scam? and that's on his podcast, Bitcoin Hard Talk, episode 55 here. So if you want to go give it a look, because, you know, we have to kind of look at all of the information here on this channel. I'm not going to just be biased just because I'm reacting off of what's going on in the world. And I have a really good way of kind of like looking at everything pretty fast on the internet. So after being on it, the beginning of social media, MySpace, AIM, you just kind of get used to looking at big amounts of information, dot connecting, and knowing the overall political landscape, if you will. So this is what Trump came out with. And at first I thought it was AI, but he came out with this video here. So we'll give it a watch. Simon Dixon says this is a really bad idea that could cost Trump his campaign. I'll discuss it on Bitcoin Hard Talk tonight. I watched most of his video there. Here's what Trump has to say.
Join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
Okay, so that hasn't happened yet. It's September 14th. So we have not heard all of the details yet, but Simon went onto the website and broke it apart a little bit. So DeFi stands for decentralized finance. So this is a DeFi platform, which basically I think it's going to be almost like an exchange. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth. We don't really know much about this project yet, but basically, yeah, you'll be able to have coins on this decentralized financial platform, which you could pretty much only build something like this on the Ethereum network. And Ethereum isn't actually decentralized. So even though it's called a decentralized finance platform, it's not actually decentralized. So this is worrying a lot of the Bitcoin crypto community because basically, especially the Bitcoin maximalists, because basically we want to just push Bitcoin forward. And we had Trump kind of take from the RFK Jr. speech. RFK Jr. took from the Bitcoiners and that we want a strategic financial reserve to replace what we have now with the Fed. And the fact that, you know, now Trump is going in this direction, and I'll say Trumps because it's the three Trumps, Barron, Donald Trump Jr., and Trump. So I don't know who is exactly, you know, being the person to want this to move forward. But we do see that Barron, he's in college in New York. He's going there for finance. We've been seeing some pictures on X of that. So we don't know who exactly is the advisor, the person with this idea. I would assume it's going to be probably more Barron maybe, and Donald Trump Jr. He talked to BitBoy. He's this crazy guy in the crypto space. Man, there's a lot of lore about him around him. So he's talking to kind of these like shitcoiner people. But then on the other hand, you have Donald Trump Jr. meeting with Chris Pavlovsky, which is meeting with, he's meeting with the president of El Salvador, who's a Bitcoin maximalist, and meeting Max and Stacy, who are extreme Bitcoin maximalists. I would even say they kind of coined the term almost. So it's very interesting to see how this unfolds. But most all of us, we got into the space, into the rough side of it. We didn't just get into it being Bitcoin maximalists. So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So I'm not really giving too much of an opinion. I'm just literally just stating the facts to this whole event here. I put a tweet out that says, once Trump's launch their crypto platform, and I'm sure eventually coin, because why would you launch like this platform, this DeFi platform, if you're not going to be putting something on it? And I said, I think we'll see an onslaught of crypto boomers and other MAGA coin / people getting involved in the space. And then I put a little poll if you want to go vote. I put net positive or net negative. So far, 18 votes, 2 days left, and we're split 50-50. So yeah, it's kind of like, the thing about this is that we do need more people to get into Bitcoin adoption. And usually that's going to happen through the overall space of crypto. You might not start out with Bitcoin, or you might start out getting a little Bitcoin and then you decide, oh, I'm going to buy some Doge, I'm going to buy some Litecoin, some SIA, some whatever you're going to buy, right? These random coins. And some of them, they're here today and they're gone tomorrow, right? So pump and dumps. But then you kind of, you get a little bit mature and you realize, okay, I need to focus on Bitcoin because it's the hardest asset. It's actually decentralized. You learn more of the technicals about it. And that's why with my channel, I want to help you not have to go through all those hurdles. I mean, if you do, you do. But basically I'm trying to like push you forward so you don't have to go through all of that stuff. So we're going to see what ends up happening with that. But I do think that Bitcoin's still very bullish. So we have a tweet here. Thought it was interesting. Didn't get much traction, but Jeffrey Harmon, I was told today that when Bitcoin hits 200K, there will be more Bitcoin billionaires than normal billionaires. It will be the moment that economic power flips. So exactly, we have all of these things being put into the soup right now, being stirred around. It's marinating. And yeah, I don't know how true this is, probably is true, but yeah, we're going to be seeing the wealth switch, the wealth flip. So people that never would have been able to be wealthy before are now going to be wealthy. It's just the greatest opportunity of our lifetime to get involved into Bitcoin. So that's why I urge you guys to do it. It's not just about greedy, money hungry, none of that. It's about buying your time back, financial freedom, having the resources to do things you want to do, having the time to spend with your family, not having to be the slave to this system that most of us are. I mean, some of us have already gotten out of it, you know, but a lot of us, we're still grinding day in and day out. So I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be in the rat race, if you will. Here we have from Robert Breedlove on X, someone that makes a lot of great content in the space, freedom maximalist. Removing the Bitcoin emoji is the clearest sign that Elon Musk is not actually a free speech advocate, as there is no mode of speech or expression more free than pure, unstoppable, and unconfiscatable money. Bitcoin B. So what happened was with the Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin word here, it used to have a B, an orange B on the end of it. And for whatever reason, Elon just quietly removed it. So this is the tweet that I'm reading. He just quietly removed it. It was just gone one day and there was no explanation. So we're just kind of wondering, we're wondering why. And we have seen recently too with Elon, he made a tweet, DOGE, and he had some text behind that, whatever it stood for, Doge. So he likes this Doge dog coin, which has no utility. It's just literally a token that he pumped and dump. When he mentions it, the price goes up, I guess. I haven't been keeping up with it lately, but that was the sentiment around it a few years ago. So yeah, it's very telling that Elon Musk quietly, he holds Bitcoin with his companies, but then he's almost a little bit hateful towards the community, because one time he was on a space that I was listening to. I tried to find the clip for you guys and I couldn't find it, but someone challenged him. It was a Bitcoin maximalist, and he actually snapped at them. He snipped at them and said, I'm going to get off of this if you don't stop that Bitcoin maxi crap. So he got mad. I need to find that clip to show you guys, but yeah, a little bit sketchy there with Elon. We don't know why he did that. Yeah, I would like some sort of explanation there. Next, Bitcoin Magazine, more bullish news. So just in, CNBC reports Bitcoin could soon hit 6 figures regardless of who wins U.S. election. So yeah, I guess, even if Kamala, camel toe, wins the election, we still have a little hope with Bitcoin. Obviously, I think it probably pumped more if Trump wins, just because he seems to be getting more involved in the space, a lot more than her. This is a great tweet as well from Nagato, Crypto Nagato. Retailers are just pawns in the grand scheme of things. They're not the ones who kickstart a bull run. They don't have the strength to move entire markets by themselves. Higher forces are at play. Retailers typically jump in during the last stages of a market cycle, serving as exit liquidity for smart players and whales. Hence, saying the market can't rise because retailers aren't interested is dumb as hell. On the contrary, the fact that NPCs aren't here yet is an amazing sign. It means that you're early to a huge opportunity. Keep in mind that money is made by buying while NPCs aren't interested, not when this shit is already mainstream. Understand this concept, sit back, enjoy the show. So I agree with that. Whenever people are not paying attention, as I said before, and it's just kind of quiet, Bitcoin's doing a lot of sideways action, that's when you should be honing in on Bitcoin. You don't want to be honing in when everyone's like, oh my God, it's so high. Win Lambo, we're rich. We got the Lambos, we're partying. You want to be focused when no one else seems to be focused, and it's not in the mainstream media, because that's when you have all these normies that are like, ooh, I want to get involved in it, showing greed. And then obviously we know what happens once we're in that extreme greed or greedy cycle. The price has to then come down. So yes, you want to be looking at it when everyone's nervous. We have possibly these big events and it's like, what's going to happen? Everyone's like worried. Should I just sell now? Should I just get out? You want to be involved when people are scared. So I wanted to also offer this to you guys. So on Coinbase, there is Coinbase Pro, and that's where you can move past just the regular Coinbase interface, and you can actually have a little bit of more features there on the Coinbase app. So basically you're able to see, the chart better. You're also able to put in like a limit buy and sell. So you can do post only, limit buy, limit sells. And what that means is that you're able to be a market maker. So you can put in, okay, I want to buy Bitcoin. I want to sell Bitcoin at 70,000, right? And then you're able to do post only. So what that means is when you don't do the post only, you're just getting the market price, you're selling at the market price, you're buying at the market price. But if you are able to actually enter your own order in there, it'll be cheaper for fees on your trades. And you'll also be able to, manipulate it, do a little bit more better trading that way. So I'm going to put the link there. So if you sign up with that link, you'll be able to activate the referral, get going. They have, some goodies and freebies once you get into the app. So yeah, I'm going to leave both. One is to just get $10 of Bitcoin, sign up on Coinbase for the regular interface. And then this separate link is to go on to Coinbase Pro and to up your trading strategy and to basically, be able to learn how to trade Bitcoin a little bit better, get your feet wet there instead of, just doing market buy and sell, which has higher fees, and you're not going to be able to set your orders. So say you buy Bitcoin at 60,000 and you want to sell it at 70,000. So you'll be able to do that here on this section of Coinbase. So check it out. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Sounds a little complicated, but you just got to do it. You just got to try it. So I wanted to switch topics from Bitcoin here and go into health stuff. So if you didn't see, check out my last stream. It was really good, but it didn't get as much views. It was before the debate and everything, so I think it just kind of got flooded down with the other stuff. So basically, we showed this video of this information about the nanostructures that are being conjured up from these